Hello stock traders, I hope all of you had a fantastic trading week. Boy, this was a really tough week. And if you didn't have a plan, at least an idea of market movements and how to trade the market, then you probably panicked at some point during this week. Anyway, I'm going to talk about that a lot in this video and also give you a new top 7 stocks that should really help you to be successful in the coming week. All of them have fantastic catalysts. All of them have a strategy behind them, and I highly recommend anytime you pick a stock, just not pick a stock just cause or just because you like the company. You need to not only like the company, but you need to know why you like it and have a point of entry and exit and a strategy and a plan, so that if a stock turns against you, that you know what you're going to do ahead of time before even entering that position. It is so important. Let's review a little bit of the week. This last week, with all my different strategies and everything, I had a 2.14% gain. So to have a gain during this last week, I think was very, very strong. And I had a fantastic Thursday and Friday. So I was singing the blues a little bit on Wednesday, but by the end of the week, everything was just fine. So far for this month, this has been kind of a pullback. All in the month of May, I have had a 4.79% loss so far. The reason I know I'll turn it around is because I have stock strategies and plan for my trading. And so I know what to do if a stock should turn against me. So far year to date, I am personally at a 57.85% gain so far this year. That is mostly trading stocks. I have done some options, but I'm kind of pulling back away from options right now and pretty much just focusing on stocks that are a lot less risky. All right, before we get started, if all of you could do me a huge favor, please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you haven't done so before and you like the content of this channel, please consider subscribing and turn on those bell notifications so you get notified when one of these videos comes out. Now, I like to do a lot of my trading on Webull, and the reason why I do is because I can trade so early in the morning, as early as 3 a.m. and as late as 7 p.m. Central. Also fantastic tools and the ability to trade crypto very easily, and so I like it as a broker. If you are looking for a powerful broker, we have a link in the description down below where you get 1 free stock when signing up and up to 2 free stocks when depositing money. All right, let's go to the state of the market and kind of take a look at the SPY ETF, and I like to track the S&P 500 ETF, the SPY. It is the 500 most profitable companies, and so it gives me a great idea of how the total market is moving within all sectors. All right, so let's take a look. I have been tracking the Elliott wave, and those who have been watching my state of the market videos know that we are in wave 4, and we have seen a pullback of this very bullish Elliott wave. So we have wave 1 that was the beginning of this uptrend that happened in the beginning of March. We had confirmation of that once we had a new high above where that original correction happened. Then we went into wave 2, a pullback here, and then the long wave 3 that lasted all the way till April 26th. Then we saw signs of the market weakening, and so I was alerted to knowing, okay, we're in for trouble here because we are going into wave 4, and that's exactly what happened. And so the things that you would want to look for that happening is this. Well, first of all, the RSI got way overheated. It was no longer a really good deal to buy into the SPY because all stocks have become overvalued according to that technical factor. And then we had a negative cross of the MACD down here on the daily chart, spelling trouble, and man, we have had a pullback. And then it was kind of a trap and went up, and I thought, oh, here we go, we're moving out of this already. And then it proceeded downward again. It appears that we are turning it around and starting to go into wave 5. Now wave 5 is the most explosive of the waves, and so I'm expecting a big move upwards. I am waiting for confirmation here down here on the MACD and for the market to continue moving in the right direction. And before we get into the top 7, I kind of wanted to share the story of a few people who had contacted me on Wednesday and said, I am tired of stock trading. I am done. I am selling all of my positions. And they sold at the absolute bottom. So it is so important to understand market trends. And I was not worried about the market until we got down to the 399 on the SPY, which we never reached. And so I still felt that there's hope for the market to turn around, that it was an overreaction, that we would see that movement continue on up. But if it was to break below 400, I was out of the market. And it's just so important to have a plan and to know ahead of time, if the market does this, then I'm going to sell my positions and I don't feel bad. You need need to know those type of things. You need to understand the Elliott wave. I think it really, really helps you to stay strong in times of test. I think it really gives you the confidence to hold strong even when the market is turning against you. All right, let's get to this top 7. We have a lot of fantastic stocks. Now, a lot of the stocks on this list should be really great for this next week and should continue their bullish trend upward. And this top 7 list is brought to you by Raythoven Stocks Patreon group. And we have a great group of individuals and different people and professional traders also within this group that can really help you out with stock strategies. If you are looking for stock strategies to trade, highly recommend you check it out. It's something you really need to do. A lot of members in there make very good money each and every day over the long run. And so it's a great thing to check out. We hope to see you there. All right, let's start with number 7. Number 7 is Dogecoin. And you're like, a cryptocurrency, Ray? Yeah, a cryptocurrency. I have made some serious cash on Dogecoin. I originally bought it on technical factors, actually right around 5.5 cents, and then rode it up to that great run that we had around 45 cents or so. It actually got up to 46 cents, and I actually sold it right around here after indicators kind of came down. But, well, I expect it to run again, and let me tell you why. And here's why I think that Dogecoin is really going to move. This is the 4-hour chart. Let's go to the daily chart. This is why I think it's really going to move, is because Coinbase is adding it to their list of cryptos that they have. And so this should be a huge catalyst because Coinbase is the largest, and so that should give a lot of people, a lot of investors, a chance to invest in it that haven't been able to invest before. And so I have loaded up on this right around 50 cents level, and so far so good. At the time of this video, it's actually surging even more, and so it's up even further than what I expected, but so far so good, and I think that this is really going to continue to run. It's rare for us to have a date to run up to on a cryptocurrency, and so this is a rare occurrence, knowing that they'll be adding this in the next 6 to 8 weeks. Number 6 is GOGO, and this is GOGO. My average in this is $10.87. Since calling this out in our Patreon group, it is up 10.40%, but it has so much more to run. This is way beaten up, man. It got beaten up like crazy. And the reason why I liked it and I called it out is because Robert Crandall, the director, poured his own money into the company, and it was a really big buy. And this is travel and technology both together. And so I think that this is going to continue to do well, especially as the country gets up and moving again. And so I think that this is going to be a great stock for the long haul, should do very, very well. Analysts have an average target price of $14 a share, so there's some upside here. It should be really, really good. All right, number 5 is SCYX, ticker symbol SCYX. My average in this is $7.65. Since calling this out, it is down, so this was not going our way yet. But I expect this to really, really pick up, and I'm going to explain why here shortly. But since calling this out, is down 6.54%. So you can see it's really come down. It was at 10.15 right in the middle of February when everything was just so highly priced. And then we had our correction, and boy, this has really, really tumbled ever since then. But they have a June 1st PDUFA date, and that is rapidly coming up. And now that HRTX and APLS are done with their PDUFA run-ups, I expect to see rotation into the stock. So this should really be great this next week as they have that PDUFA day coming up. And it is way undervalued down here around $7 a share. Analysts really, really like this. Analysts have an average target price of $27.69. There is a lot of room to run, and this is way, way oversold. And so we should see it do really well this next week. This would be a great one to get into. All right, number 4 is BioDelivery, ticker symbol BDSI. And my average in it's $3.39. Since calling this out in our Discord, it is up 5.01%. But this is an insider swing play, and I think that this one is really going to do great over the long term. You can see that it is very beaten up, and with the market turning around, I really expect this to fly because it is way oversold. Mark Sergo, director, and the Broadfin Master Fund both bought shares 3 days in a row. So they loaded up 3 different business days. And that is a very, very bullish sign when I see that. And they paid an average anywhere between $3.10 all the way to $3.25. I am expecting this to fly. Insider activity, and it already has a little bit, but it has so much more to go. So you have plenty of room to get into this. analysts have an average target price of $6.96. All right, number 3 is MYOV Sciences, ticker symbol MYOV. And my average in this is $17.26. And since calling this out, it is up 23%. We called this out in our Discord a while ago. It's been a couple of weeks and we caught this major bottom down here. And we have been riding this thing, and man, it's been really, really great for our group. But this is a PDUFA run-up strategy stock, and they have a PDUFA date of June 1st, which is really coming up. And I've been talking about this in a few of our past videos, but I think our last top 7, I talked about this one. I'm expecting a continued strong move on this. And analysts have an average target price $35.80, and this has been a huge runner in the past. All right, number 2 is Quad Graphics, and I called this out on Friday in our Patreon group, ticker symbol QUAD. My average in it's $3.37. Since calling this out is up 8.31%. Wow, this thing is really, really moving the last couple of days, especially since calling it out. Analysts have an average target price $6 a share, so there's tons of upside here. But the CEO purchased shares 2 days in a row and paid anywhere between $3.04 all the way to $3.16. All of that was reported on Friday, and man, did it respond. So this one's a little bit of a smaller volume stock. You will want to take advantage of the market being open, most likely, if you're wanting to get in. But that's the average, and I expect that to continue upwards because of the insider activity. This should continue to do really, really well. But I think that this thing is going to be a huge mover, not a small mover, as I'm expecting it to do extremely well. And number 1, drum roll please, that is ETON Pharmaceuticals, ticker symbol ETON. This is probably no surprise to those who have watched me in the past. I've been talking about ETON for about a month. I expect this to really, really move. My average in it's $8.25. I am up 0.01%. Took a real dip with this market, was feeling great about myself, thinking, oh, everything's great. And then the market has really, really struggled. You know, it was good earnings report. I wouldn't say spectacular, but good. But the stock really responded to that, and I expect it now to continue. I'm expecting this to really run this next week. We have a PDUFA date coming up of May 27th, and analysts have an average target price of $13.50. I really appreciate all of you who have watched and subscribed to the channel on YouTube, and then all of you, of course, who support me through Patreon and what I do. Hopefully I have made you some money. I wish you all the best on the stock market. Please be safe out there, but I do believe good times are upon us and that we should see this really recover from this latest dip. Wishing you all the best, and Raythoven out.